I'm Dr. Paul DeNuser. I've 41 years in the classroom. This is my 11th year here at Grand Canyon, full-time faculty member in the College of Education. But I've also, over the last few years, been involved with the Honors College, and I'm trying to get as involved as I can, because I, again, love working with the leadership there, and the staff is fantastic, and getting to know the students. And also, when I'm not in the classroom, I announce sports. We talk about doing their best now, but also one of the things, and maybe this is my fault, because I wasn't an honor student when I went to college, and I wanted to experience sport. I played sports. I played drums. I was in the band. I joined choir my senior year of college. I wrote for the school newspaper. I got involved in student government. Really, one of the things that I've learned over the years, I've never had a student ask what my GPA was. I've never had a student ask what my IQ is. But if I can talk about sports with this student, and then talk about the play they were in with this student, and talk about academics with this student, then I really believe that helped me become a well-rounded teacher. And I want them to have those same kinds of experiences as much as possible, and not to focus on academics. Academics are really important, and we want our students to do well, but at the same time, how do you go from being a 17 or 18 or 19-year-old young man or young woman to being a teacher in the classroom, whether they're teaching second graders or 12th graders? And a big part of that is the person that they become. And we want them, and GCU, I'm completely biased here, but GCU really affords a ton of great opportunities for kids to develop into who they're going to be as young adults. Well, a lot of them want to know just how to start, how to get into it. Some of them think that if they want to teach at school A, they go to school A and say, hey, I'm ready to teach here, and just that's not how you do that. So even just what do you do to go about getting certified? It's one thing to take your classes here and excel and do that and experience life at GCU and have a great time, but we want our students to really have an idea of what they need to do prior to graduation, prior even to student teaching, so that they can be as successful as possible. Well, that way, if this isn't what you're looking for, you have time to switch. And obviously here in Arizona, we have a great need for teachers, and I wouldn't necessarily tell somebody to get out of the teacher preparation program. But if after a while, if you spend 6 hours in a practicum classroom and you realize that you're not a good fit, that's okay. It's okay to switch majors. It's okay to find out your purpose here at GCU and really find where you're going to be happy and where you're going to be content and where you have an opportunity to be successful. Well, I like to bring in student speakers, recent graduates. And one of the things that I tell my students is, my undergrad, I literally graduated 40 plus years ago, and things have changed. The teacher preparation program has changed in 40 years. So I like to think that I'm still young enough and vibrant enough that I can share good experiences with my students. But at the same time, I want recent graduates to come in and say, these are the things that I wish I would have known when I was going to college, and here are some things that you can do to help prepare yourselves to be successful. So I like the balance, whether it's a graduate of a year ago or a graduate of 3 to 4 or 5 years ago. First semester, I had 3 different recent graduates come in, and all 3 of them spoke about different elements of teaching. And one said, along with teaching in the classroom, these are things that you can do. And she spoke from experience, because in the 3 or 4 years she's been in the classroom, she's started her master's degree, she's been involved in honorariums and programs that has allowed her to travel around the country. And she even shared with my students how to have people pay for your trips around the country to do these things. And it was really a neat experience for my kids. And I call them my kids. I hope that's okay. For our students to really see, there are things that you can do outside of the classroom as well. I don't think I could teach this course without doing that. Just the fact that, it's not really content-based. It's not like a psychology class or a social justice class that's based on a textbook. It's based on what other authors are saying. We have a syllabus, and it's a terrific syllabus. And one of the things that I really appreciate about the leadership in the Honors College is that they say, Dr. DeNuser, how you want to teach this, we trust you to do a great job with that. I think just having a chance to get to know them, in both classes, both semesters this year, I had students who were in my classes. So there's a little bit of a familiarity. So now, you know, when they're talking to their colleagues or their classmates about a certain teacher, a certain professor, you know, they know a little bit more, and they can see how I am, you know, beyond just 1 hour and 15 minutes for 6 or 7 Mondays during the semester. They see me in the classroom, and they're able to see that what I'm talking about has value, and it has value for them in their preparation. And I love getting to know kids early in their program, and then seeing them on campus. I love seeing them when, you know, I'm going to lunch, or if I'm at a game and they say hello. And I think they are able then to see the personal side of this profession. And it's not just about academics. That's a big part of it, but it's really about building relationships and having a sense of trust that when I talk about something, I really do know what I'm talking about based on 41 years of actual research in the classroom. So I love that. And the students have been great. They've been very willing to hear my stories and ask for more stories and ask for more experiences. And I really appreciate that.